Hey there, Social Security beneficiaries. If you've been eagerly checking your bank accounts for those increased payments, I've got some exciting news that you absolutely need to hear about. The Social Security Administration has just announced groundbreaking payment increases, with some beneficiaries set to receive up to $5,050 in their January 2025 payments. Wondering if you're one of the lucky recipients? Stay tuned because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about these massive payments and the 3 crucial deposit dates you can't afford to miss. Before we dive deep into these life-changing details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss any updates about your Social Security benefits, especially with these historic changes happening right now. Let's address the burning question on everyone's mind. Why are these payments so much higher than what we've seen before? Well, it all stems from a perfect storm of economic factors that have led to these unprecedented benefit adjustments. The Social Security Administration has implemented these changes in response to the continued effects of inflation and the rising cost of living that's been affecting millions of Americans across the country. You might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true, but I assure you, these numbers are real and verified. The payment increases are part of a comprehensive adjustment package that takes into account several factors, including the latest cost of living adjustment, COLA supplemental increases, and special provisions that have been put in place to protect our nation's seniors and disabled citizens. Let's break down these payment categories in detail. The base increase brings the minimum payment up to $3,500 for qualifying individuals, while certain beneficiaries could see payments as high as $5,050. But who exactly qualifies for these different payment tiers? That's exactly what we're going to explore today, and trust me, you'll want to know where you stand. Here's something crucial you need to understand. These payments will be distributed across 3 specific dates in January 2025. The Social Security Administration has carefully organized this schedule to ensure smooth processing and delivery of these substantial payments. If you've ever wondered why some people get their payments before others, I'm about to clear up that mystery for you. The first deposit date is scheduled for January 3, RD 2025. This initial wave targets beneficiaries who have been receiving Social Security for the longest time and those with specific benefit categories. Are you part of this first group? Well, if you were born between the 1st and 10th of any month, this is your payment date. The second deposit date falls on January 10, 2025. This middle group includes beneficiaries born between the 11th and 20th of any month. The payment schedule hasn't changed, but the amounts definitely have, and that's what makes this announcement so significant. The final deposit date is set for January 17, 2025, covering those born between the 21st and 31st of any month. But here's something interesting. Some special categories of beneficiaries might receive their payments on different dates, regardless of their birth date. I'll explain more about these exceptions in just a moment. You might be wondering about the factors that determine your specific payment amount within that $3,500 to $5,050 range. Several key elements come into play here. First, there's your work history and the amount you've contributed to Social Security throughout your career. Then, there's your age when you started claiming benefits. Remember, the longer you waited, the higher your monthly payment. But there's more to this story. The Social Security Administration has introduced some special provisions for 2025 that could boost your payment even further. These include additional supplements for beneficiaries who are over 75 years old, those caring for dependent children, and individuals with specific disabilities. Let's talk about married couples for a moment. If both you and your spouse receive Social Security benefits, these increases could mean a significant boost to your household income. Some married couples might see their combined benefits reach unprecedented levels, especially if both partners qualify for the higher payment tiers. Now, here's something many people don't realize. These increased payments also affect SSI Supplemental Security Income recipients. If you're receiving SSI in addition to regular Social Security benefits, you'll want to pay special attention to how these changes impact your total monthly income. But wait, there's an important detail about these payments that you absolutely need to know. These amounts are before any deductions for Medicare premiums or tax withholding. Depending on your situation, your actual deposit might be slightly different from the gross amount. Don't worry, though I'll explain exactly how to calculate your net payment. Have you been wondering about how these increases might affect your tax situation? This is a crucial consideration that many beneficiaries overlook. While Social Security benefits have always been subject to certain tax rules, these higher payments might push some recipients into different tax brackets. It's essential to understand how this might impact your overall financial picture. Here's something fascinating about these payment increases. They're actually part of a larger effort to address the changing economic landscape facing seniors and disabled Americans. The Social Security Administration has recognized that previous benefit levels weren't keeping pace with real-world costs, especially in areas like healthcare and housing. Speaking of healthcare, let's address how these new payment amounts interact with Medicare benefits. If you're enrolled in Medicare, your premiums are typically deducted from your Social Security payment. The good news is that Medicare premium increases for 2025 have been designed to ensure that beneficiaries can still see a meaningful increase in their net Social Security payments. Now, I know some of you might be concerned about whether these increased payments will affect other benefits you receive, such as SNAP benefits or housing assistance. This is a valid concern, and it's important to understand how these various benefit programs interact with each other. One aspect that's particularly interesting about these payment increases is how they're being funded. The Social Security Administration has implemented several measures to ensure the long-term sustainability of these higher payment levels. This includes adjustments to the payroll tax cap and other technical changes that help secure the program's financial future. Let's talk about what you need to do to ensure you receive these increased payments. First and foremost, make sure your direct deposit information is up to date with the Social Security Administration. If you've changed banks or accounts recently, you'll want to update this information as soon as possible to avoid any delays in receiving your January 2025 payment. Here's a pro tip. Sign up for a My Social Security account on the SSA's website if you haven't already. This online portal is the best way to track your payments, update your information, and stay informed about any changes to your benefits. Plus, it's completely free and secure. But what if you're not currently receiving Social Security benefits but are planning to start soon? These payment increases might affect your decision about when to begin claiming benefits. It's worth considering how these higher payment levels might influence your retirement planning strategy. One question that often comes up is whether these increases will become permanent. The answer is yes, once your benefit amount increases. It won't go down. However, future cost of living adjustments will continue to be calculated annually based on inflation and other economic factors. Here's something else to consider. If you're still working while receiving Social Security benefits, these higher payment amounts might affect your earnings limit calculations. Remember, if you're under full retirement age, there are limits to how much you can earn before your benefits are reduced. Let's discuss the impact these increased payments will have on local economies. When Social Security beneficiaries receive more money, they tend to spend more in their communities. This creates a positive ripple effect that benefits local businesses and contributes to overall economic growth. Another important aspect to consider is how these payment increases might affect your long-term financial planning. With higher monthly benefits, you might want to revisit your budget and saving strategies. This could be an opportunity to build up your emergency fund or address other financial goals. For those of you who receive benefits through representative payees, these changes will be managed just like any other payment increases. Your representative payee will continue to manage your benefits according to the established guidelines, just with the new higher amounts. Here's an interesting point about these payment increases. They also affect disability beneficiaries. If you're receiving Social Security disability insurance, these changes will be reflected in your monthly payments as well. The same deposit schedule applies based on your birth date. Let's address a common concern. What happens if you don't receive your payment on the expected date? While the Social Security Administration has a very reliable payment system, occasionally issues can arise. I'll explain the steps you should take if you experience any delays or problems with your payment. One aspect that's particularly relevant for many beneficiaries is how these increased payments might affect their ability to save money. With higher monthly benefits, some recipients might find themselves able to build up savings for the first time in years. This could provide an important financial cushion for future needs. It's worth noting that these payment increases also affect survivors' benefits. If you're receiving benefits as a widow, widower, or dependent, these changes will be reflected in your monthly payments as well. The specific amount will depend on various factors related to the deceased worker's earning history. Let's talk about what these increases mean for different age groups. Whether you're a younger disability recipient or an older retiree, these changes will affect you differently. Understanding how your age and benefit category interact with these new payment levels is crucial for financial planning. Here's something important to remember. If you need to contact the Social Security Administration about these changes, try to avoid calling on the busiest days, typically the first few days of each month. Using the online portal or calling during off-peak hours can save you significant time and frustration. For those of you who receive payments by check rather than direct deposit, it's worth considering switching to electronic payments. With these higher amounts, the security and reliability of direct deposit become even more important. Plus, you'll generally receive your payment faster than with a paper check. Let's discuss how these increased payments might affect your other financial decisions. For example, if you've been considering whether to refinance your mortgage or make other major financial changes, these higher benefit amounts could influence your options and choices. One question that often comes up is whether these payment increases will affect eligibility for other assistance programs. While each program has its own rules and income limits, it's important to understand how these higher Social Security payments might impact your overall benefits picture. As we wrap up this detailed discussion about the January 2025 Social Security payments, let me remind you of the key points. Payments will range from $3,500 to $5,050, depending on your specific situation, and will be deposited on January 3, RD 10 or 17th on your birth date. These historic payment increases represent a significant step forward in ensuring adequate support for Social Security beneficiaries. Whether you're receiving retirement, disability, or survivor's benefits, these changes will help provide greater financial security in the face of rising living costs. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on Social Security benefits and other important financial news. Hit that notification bell to ensure you never miss any crucial information about your benefits. Also, share this video with friends and family members who receive Social Security benefits. They'll want to know about these important changes too. Have questions about these payment increases? Drop them in the comments below. I read every comment and try to respond to as many as possible. Remember, while I provide general information, for specific questions about your benefits, always consult directly with the Social Security Administration or a qualified financial advisor. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more important updates about your Social Security benefits.